Hey everybody, welcome to the Cancer full moon reading that's going to be happening on January 17th of 2022. Of course, Cancer is ruled by the moon, so a normal moon already impacts us because, like we always say, we're water, and the moon, the tides change, our inner world changes. So with the full moon happening, just imagine the amplification of whatever emotion that you're going to be feeling around the time is going to be feeling huge. So just keep that in mind as the full moon comes in, and focus on what you want to amplify. And if you're amplifying a dark shadow emotion and you want to feel it deep, but just know that if you want to switch it up, you do have the ability to switch your focus onto a different emotion to amplify that instead. So this is what we're going to look at first, just real quick on this intro. Just the full moon in general has a cycle, not only like about every month, 28, 29 days, the moon phases from the new moon to the full moon. It also goes through this huge 6-month-ish rotation from the new moon in the sign to the full moon in the sign. So the last new moon that happened in Cancer is actually back on July 9th of 2021. So if you go back and look at what was going on around that time for you, because that energy was about new beginnings in our private life, like forward movement in our connections with people or connections with places that we hold dear. So really relationships and that home feeling, and also could have been around your self-care, because this is all about your private inner world, the Cancer sign, the moon, nurturing type energy as well. So when you're looking back and seeing what was beginning then when we look into the full moon in Cancer, then you can look at what is leaving you, it's like this culmination. Whatever seeds you planted during the new moon have come to a harvest, and now you're harvesting it. Then you're like, okay, what am I wanting to remove based on my journey over the last 6 months? Because now you're going to be on the 6-month journey on your inner world from this full moon to the next new moon in Cancer this year. So this energy of the full moon in Cancer can bring these feelings as if things are being resolved, or you're receiving revelations of the emotionally hidden, because the moon energy does help us get into the subconscious, the unconscious, kind of step behind the veil. So you might also have these feelings as soon as those revelations come in, because it is bringing you this inner conclusion, this inner resolution. So you might feel like, okay, I get it, all is well, or you feel at least that it soon will be. So for this reading today, for each of the zodiac signs, we're going to be looking at what emotions are you ready to let go of? What emotional waters are you ready to travel on now that you've made this journey halfway? So we're going to go ahead and jump into your specific reading right now. All right, all my Capricorns, this is your Cancer full moon reading, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from these Ancestral Path Tarot. We're just going to see what emotion the Creator wants you to be aware of that you're either ready to let go of or ready to transform. All right, so for our Capricorns, what emotion? Okay, this is the one they want right there. And you have the Emperor. So the Emperor, there's two sides of the Emperor, but the one that they want you to know about that you're ready to let go of is the need to control. Because the two sides of the Emperor, one is this beautiful, loving Emperor who everything that it does to spread love, to bring its kingdom together. And it's not about them being successful. That's not their primary goal. They want to bring the kingdom together so everyone can work well together. So all the rules of the kingdom that it creates is for that benefit, so that the whole kingdom can be successful and benefit from it. Where the dark side comes in is called the shadow side that comes in is when our human side, the one that's ruled by fight or flight, the little child within us, whenever it feels unsafe and out of control, it feels the need to control. So it will try to do things to maintain control, gain more control, maybe take control from others. And so that's when the loving emperor transforms into like this dictator instead. So that's the energies that they want you to look at, that emotion of the fear, so that need to be in control and releasing control, releasing that grasp that we have on trying to control what other people think and what other people feel, and return that focus to the loving emperor inside you. We're going to get more information on that, of course, through this Naked Heart Tarot. Just see what else the creator wants you to know. We're going to break it out by 3 different types of like stacks. One will be the week before the full moon, 1 week after the full moon, and 2 weeks after the full moon. So one more time here. All right, so for our Capricorns, what do you want them to know about the week before the full moon? Okay, this one is really standing out, and this one right here. So you've got 2 for the week before, then the full moon hits, and then what about the week after the full moon? Okay. So it's that one, and this one. And then the second week after the full moon. Okay. That one, is there one more? Okay. 3 more. All right, so we've got boom, boom, and boom. And these. All right, so the week before the full moon, you've got the 3 of Pentacles. And the 3 of Pentacles, Pentacles, of course, is the outside world. And the 3 Pentacles has this message of being your authentic self. And so there's kind of like this dual message that's coming in with the original message here. And it has, like, if you can look at it from both sides of the coin, literally, that, you know, this is you in the middle, and you're creating this beautiful piece of art. So this is the first scenario. And you have those that are in front of you and those that are behind you. The ones in front of you kind of represent this, we'll call it the naysayer, the individuals that, you know, you are wanting to create this beautiful work of art and share whatever gift you have with the world. And they're like, oh, you won't be able to succeed at that. Or why are you doing it that way? That's stupid. And blah, 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 blah. All that, you know, negative bubble bursting energy that you're like, okay, we're aware of that in our lives. And where do you know? We put them over here and don't take a lot of what they have to say to heart. But the one that's behind us, that's backing us up, that's supporting us, can actually have this impact on us, on having us move from our authentic path. And they will still, you know, they're so supportive. You're doing such a great job. I'm so excited that you want to do this with your life, and da 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 da. And we love that our ego side, like that little child I was talking about, loves the support, because we learn through our conditioning through praise and punishment. You know, the naysayers are the punishers, the one that are telling us now. But the other ones, the supporters, we like that praise. Our little child in us loves the praise part. And so when they tell us all that, we're like, oh, great. You know, we love that. We eat that up. And then they say, hey, but have you ever thought of, you know, maybe doing it this way? And it may be totally not what we wanted to do, but in fear of losing the praise, we will switch it, and we will move off our authentic path and alter it, and probably hate it as we're going along with it. But because of that fear of losing the praise, we do it. So the message in part 1 is, don't look outside of yourself, both for the naysayers and those praisers, to determine how you want to share this gift you have with the world, how you want to share that unconditional love inside of you with the world. Do it your own authentic way, and don't let praise or punishment or negativity pull you off of that path. Be your authentic self. The 3 is all about creativity. Let your creativity flow unhindered by all the shoulds, the supposed tos, and all the stuff from the outside world. that doesn't mean that, the naysayers or someone outside says, hey, have you thought of doing it this way? And you're like, oh, you know what? I was looking for a way to do that, and I'm gonna look into that. It's not out of fear of losing or being punished that you're doing it. It's your passion. And you can tell because when information comes from the outside, and spirit will speak to other people from the outside to confirm things or to give us ideas, and we're like, oh my God, and you'll feel so much lighter because it's about your passion. But if it feels heavy and dark, then it's of fear and not of the light side. Part 2 of this is that you are one of those camps, and that's that feeling the control by encouraging people and trying to then give them suggestions on how they should live their dream, or being the naysayer and going, that's stupid. That's that controlling piece to be letting go. So that's the dual message. It's a general reading so you can know which one, and both might apply to you. You might be going, oh yeah, this is a mirror for me. I'm doing that outside, but people are doing it for me. But I can live authentically, and I can let them live authentically too, right? And then you have the 8 of Cups. So cups are your emotions, and this would be, what are the emotions that you're ready to let go of, which is exactly everything we just talked about. You're ready to let go of these fears of being rejected, or these beautiful emotions of feeling supported and being taken off your path. You can understand and see the clarity. What are those emotions you're ready to let go of? Those heavy ones. What emotions are you going to retain? The light ones, right? The lighter ones, those ones that allow you to feel like you can authentically express your gift with the world. And then the full moon hits, and then we move into the week after the full moon. Yep, the star, beautiful. This is the sign of hope. This is you. You're seeing your brightness. You're seeing yourself. You're being able to be the star in the sky, being itself, twinkling in your own way, showing just how brilliant that you can be. And in the darkness, rather than trying to control things, you can connect to this inner love, this inner light that you are, and just shine bright. You get to shine yourself unhindered by any of the other influences that we talked about. Yeah, because here's the 5 of Cups. So these 5 of Cups represent a change of heart, really. You have the 3 cups over here, which represent kind of how you've been defining and feeling your worth about yourself by the outside world. The 3 cups represent 3 different areas. 1 cup is like relationships, whether it's romantic, family, friends, work, with your fur babies, your feather babies, whatever it might be. Or the 2nd cup is like situations like work, career, education, just situational type things. And the 3rd cup is actually physical things like your body, your possessions, your bank account. So those 3 things that you were looking outside of yourself to define whether you were in the right place, or these 3 areas that you were trying to control outside of you, you're realizing that 1, it's like herding cats. It was, how successful were you at trying to control things outside of you? If you felt you were in control at any time, you can really look at it and going, oh, okay, it was just a facade. I really wasn't in control of it. It just happened to be coincidental that what I wanted, they wanted too, and that's why they did it. But it's beautiful because the 2 remaining cups here, those are what show you your change of heart. Those are what show you the star that you are, because it represents, 1 cup is your small human self, this shadow side of yourself that wants to, experience this life, experience all this stuff, experience all the emotions of this plane, the shadow emotions. And the other cup is you, the star, really. It is the golden chalice. It is the holy grail, and what's in it is the unconditional love of our Creator, the essence of who we really are on the other side. And so what hasn't been fulfilling us on the outside world, we are this empty cup, and our higher cup that's full of this unconditional love pours this beautiful energy, this beautiful essence into us, these beautiful emotions where we feel this wholeness and this completeness and this brightness, because we are finding it from within, like this authenticity. We're finding who we are within this star, and it's allowing us to then fill up and overflow out to the world. So the fives are this change of perception, this change and transformation of this energy, and in this case, of your emotions from the inside. And then you have the 10 of Wands, yeah. So Wands is your drive, your ambition, your passions, and this is how you feel when you feel like you have to do everything by what everyone else in the outside world wants you to do. How you feel when you're trying to control everything in the outside world. You're overburdened. And what's beautiful, though, is this is the 10 of Wands, which is endings and new beginnings. So with all this awareness, you are ready to let all that energy go that you've been investing in trying to herd all those cats and all that burden of it not working out the way that you wanted it to. So you are ready to invest this energy in a new way, and really into you, into being and sharing your authentic gift with the world. And then we move into the second week after the full moon. Yeah, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune brings you this beautiful truth, and that is that, again, it's a 10, so it's endings and new beginnings. You're seeing this change in your life, this movement of things in your life, endings of things and beginnings of new things. And the story of the Wheel of Fortune that Spirit gave for me for it is, so the star that you are, the soul, the spirit that you are on the other side, before you came down here, you actually chose that this was the little avatar or the character that you're going to play down here, and this is when you're going to enter the world and when you're going to leave the world, and all these fated events of what you want to experience as you go through life. But within each of those fated events, you still have the power to choose what story you're going to apply to that circumstance. You are the one that gets to choose what emotion you're going to feel through that experience. So those 3 of Cups, we came down here to experience all of those cups, relationships and situations and things, to feel what it might feel like to feel limited and powerless and individual and abandoned and alone. All those juicy emotions, those uncomfortable emotions that are rooted in the human fear experience. But it also, this brings you this message seeing that, okay, everything is fated. I have the power to choose what I feel and what situation, what that story is around the situation that I'm have. So you realize that you move from feeling like you're on this drama train that's about to dramatically jump the tracks and dramatically explode as it falls into a gorge. You move from this feeling that life is happening to you and you feel out of control, to this feeling that everything is more like a monorail train at Disney World, where it's on this track where it doesn't fly off. There's all these stops that move smoothly and everything is unfolding for you. So you move from this victimhood of feeling like life is happening to you and you're out of control, to this feeling of certainty that life is happening for you and that you have that power to choose what everything means within each moment. So this beautiful transformation happens where this out of control feeling where you're trying to control everyone does change, because again, you're letting people have their authentic path, experiencing the fated events they want to, and that you don't need to fix anything because you get to choose what every situation means for you and what emotion you're going to choose, and everyone else gets to do that too. So you let go of that responsibility, let go of this burden of trying to fix everything in the world. Yep, you have the 2 of Wands. So this Wands energy, all this energy that you were using on the outside, you now get to refocus. And I love all these blues in here too, because this is about your throat chakra and your ability to change how you're acting in the outside world, how you are applying your energy. And this is like making new plans, because you had all this other stuff that you felt you were supposed to do and should do and need to do, have to do, must do. And now with this freedom that comes with this authenticity and this awareness you're having on who you really are, and the control and the power you have, you make new plans. So now you have a new plan A, B, C, D, E, F, and all these steps that you want to take. And it's about starting to take just one step at a time, not worrying about all the journey of 1,000 steps, just a couple steps in front of you so you don't fall down. But it's about not fearing. The Wheel of Fortune shows you that no matter what happens and comes your way, you get to choose what it means. You get to choose what emotion you feel, so it doesn't matter what comes because you get to decide what it means. So it's very empowering. Yeah, because here's the 9 of Swords. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. This is called like the Nightmare card or the Insomnia card. So all this thoughts and beliefs and all this energy that you were investing, all this 10 of Wands was trying to maintain all of these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos. You're ready to let them go, because what happens next after this, after the 9 of Swords, is the 10 of Swords, which is like the 10 of Wands. It's endings and new beginnings. And usually, like in the Standard Tarot, they'll have someone laying down on a beach or in the dirt, all those swords, those 10 of Swords stuck in the back of the individual. And they're not dead, they're just exhausted trying to have all those expectations filled, trying to control everything outside of them to try to make sure all those expectations are met. And they're ready to let it go. And they're usually looking away from us in the distance where the sun is rising, and that's the new day, the new beginning, starting this new beautiful journey. And all those swords that literally stabbed you in the back and didn't fulfill you, like these 3 of Cups, you now have this new opportunity to feel free to invest all that energy into being your authentic self. So this is a beautiful journey. Letting go of control in the beginning feels a little scary, but then you realize, oh my gosh, this burden that you were carrying for so long, you feel so much lighter and so much free. And everyone around you too feels so much free now that they escaped the dictator, and this loving emperor is making its presence known instead. So I love this for you. We're going to leave it there. And I want to let you know as well, just to make sure you're aware, I do put out monthly readings by each zodiac sign, weekly energy updates by each of the elements like fire signs, water signs, etc., and a variety of other readings. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those, and you want to be notified immediately when they become available, if you haven't done so already, if you click the subscribe button down below, and that'll make the notification bell pop up, and just click on that and have your settings set to be notified immediately, and then you will. And if you are enjoying these videos and want to help share the love, if you want to give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, that just helps the mighty YouTube algorithm share these videos as recommended videos or suggested videos. So never any expectation to do so, but if you feel so inclined, I would greatly appreciate that. All right, all my beautiful Cappies, just know that as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing full moon experience, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. But until then, you take care.